So anybody who's watching, welcome to Bitcoin Fam. And guys, we got a special guest on the show right now is a Cryptotro. And you guys probably know him because this guy's been blowing up and he's been talking all about cryptocurrency. And I cannot wait to chat with him. So how you doing, man? How's everything going?
Oh, it's going good. I appreciate you for having me on tonight.
Dude, of course. Yeah, it's our honor, man. And so yeah, you know what? We're just gonna kind of shoot the crap. I mean, and we want to give an opportunity for people that maybe have questions. We want to answer questions, just hang out, and we have really no serious agenda other than talking about the revolutionary parts of cryptocurrency. So, but dude, why don't we start with you, man? Like, how did you get involved in cryptocurrency? Like, when did you get involved? How did you get involved? Like, I want to hear your story for a second.
So it's kind of a crazy story. I was first introduced to crypto when I was in college. It was like 2016. And it was a group that I saw on Facebook, and it was talking about Bitcoin, but I really didn't get into it that much during those times because I was so focused on college and just living a college life. And I was like, I mean, I don't know what this is, and I thought it was a scam. Honestly, I just seen the prices of it, and I was like, I mean, this it looks like a scam. So fast forward 2020, that's when like everything shut down. I graduated in college in 2019, so I was just trying to find like what I wanted to do with my life. And 2020 the pandemic hit, so it was like everybody was in the house and it was everything pretty much shut down. So I was like, what do
Mm.
I want to do? And I actually got introduced again to Bitcoin, or reintroduced to Bitcoin, because I'm not sure, it was like Forex was going crazy in 2020.
Oh
Like
yeah,
everybody was in the house,
totally.
and people were, doing like recruiting for Forex, and it was like all of these different companies. And the way you signed up to get, or the way you paid for your membership for the Forex, like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the
The
lesson plan or
position.
whatever. Like it was like
Yeah, yeah.
a subscription based thing, but the way you pay for it was through Bitcoin, like on Cash App. So,
Wow.
and when you got people signed up, like you had like a team or whatnot, and when you signed up people, you signed them up, and you told them to pay through Cash App with Bitcoin. So,
Yep.
like as I'm doing this, like as time is going on, I started seeing like the price of Bitcoin was rising as like people sending me. It was like $235 to sign up for this particular company, and I just saw the price rising, and I was like, okay, I need to focus on this rather than the Forex, because I really wasn't too. I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm really a buy and hold type of person. Like I always invested in stocks and things like that before I even got involved with it. So I always
Yep.
was a more of a buy and hold type of person anyway. So I was just seeing the price of Bitcoin rise and rise, and as more people signing up for this subscription, I was like, okay, I might be on to something with Bitcoin. So that was like my first introduction into the crypto space. And then I just started diving more deep and just looking at different YouTube videos and just checking out all the big YouTubers who've been talking about crypto. Not just, how crypto goes. Like once you get introduced into Bitcoin, it's like you just dive down a rabbit hole and you just figure it, like start looking at all of these different cryptocurrencies. And that led me to Cardano. And that was like one of the
Mm.
first ones. Actually, the first crypto project that I actually I started investing with or made a lot of money with was a project called Funfair on Ethereum. It was like a
Oh yeah,
casino
yeah,
type
yeah.
of project. And somebody just happened to mention it. And I didn't even do any research. I didn't read a white paper about it. I
What
didn't
was
do
it
any of
called?
the things you're supposed to do. But I eventually I was just like, I just FOMO'd in. And luckily I got in before, all of the highs in 2021 and things like that. So I jumped right into it head first. I used some of the money that I had stored away, and I just bought that specific crypto project. And then I saw how fast it grew compared to stocks. And I was like, okay, this is the next big thing.
Wow. Dude,
You
that's
ain't kidding.
amazing. That's a great time to get
Definitely.
involved. Yeah, I know Brian and I, man, geez. It's kind of
So,
funny too. You got to, yeah, Brian, I'll let you talk about it because I think it's actually I want to talk
so
about the Forex thing too at one point or at some
yeah,
point.
you can. I'm not really up to speed on the Forex. So for me, my crypto kind of how I got involved. So I first heard about crypto back in 2013. A really good friend of mine told me, and he's a coder. He writes programs and stuff for large companies down in New York City. So he's telling me, he's like, hey, there's this digital currency called Bitcoin, and you mine it. And this was back in 2013, the end of 2013. I'm like, yeah, I just brushed him off. I'm like, whatever, and I wish, now you think about it, 2013, holy cow. So fast forward, so it was probably like the end of 2016, and a mutual friend of Cody and mine was talking to us about cryptocurrency and whatnot, and that rolled into um, the spring of 2017, and that's when
Yep.
Cody and we actually were buying cryptos together starting back in
Yep.
2017. So we went through that bull market. And then, of course, 2018, 2019, what that was all about. I had kind of forgot about my portfolio. I did nothing with it. And then, like March of 2020, I'm like, all right, I started seeing a blip about crypto again. I still had some, so it wasn't worth a lot. But I look and I'm like, all right, I got right back into it, but all full in. I ended up joining a lifetime subscription with this group called Crypt Nation, which is they're awesome. They're all about teaching. They have a teachable account. It was a great experience. Well worth the money for me because I learned a lot from them and getting involved with different coins. Well, I've never stopped since then. I've been buying, a little bit here and there, all the way down the bear market, I'm still buying. So I'm kind of a holder like you, but I'm trying to get myself set up now. There's so much money to be made if you can figure out how to swing trade. And I've been doing a lot of chart reading, trying to educate myself that way. I just bought a book to read on fundamental analysis now instead of technical analysis. So that's where I'm going with that. I'd like to hopefully this year get my not day trading, but swing trading, because I still have another daytime job I do. But 2 to 4 week, 6 week trades. And with cryptocurrency, it's easy for them to double.
You're
I
right.
mean, I've
Oh,
had
big time.
several doubles. I mean, Cody will tell you, we actually did a live video where we bought Celestia, TIA,
Ah, yeah.
right?
Celestia is
Which
high
is a
right
new
now.
one. So we bought it at $2.50 live. I heard about it through a group, and then I was talking to Cody about it. We looked at it and we're like, yeah, we're going to do it live. And we just did it.
Yeah.
And then after
No, it's
that, it went up to
crazy.
like from $2.50. Next thing we know, it's $10. We're like, holy
Right.
cow.
Well, and we haven't really hit the tip of the iceberg on this. I mean, at some point, I want us to talk about some of our personal projections on what we think crypto is going to do as far as total market cap goes and all that stuff. But how I actually found you was actually through, I was doing a lot of research. I hold a lot of Harmony One. So, and you were putting out some videos for me on that. And so I have been watching you ever since from that. So that's been really cool. But I was actually curious, like, do you have like a personal favorite altcoin that you like, or crypto in general, or maybe a top three that you love, or something like that? What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I feel like it's changing so much every day.
I
Me
know, right?
personally,
Seriously.
yeah, it's like everything. It's like
That's
it's
an
always a new
understatement.
update. But I like the Avalanche blockchain. I
Yep.
feel like that's probably one of my favorites. I like Solana. I like the Solana
Yeah.
blockchain. Um,
Oh, I missed the boat on Solana. I
yeah,
was looking at it when it was
I
$10.
feel
I
like
was like,
Solana right now is really probably one of the hottest blockchains. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people try to stay away from Solana, but I feel like right now all the Deegan moves are on
the
Solana when it comes to like, because me personally, I always used to talk down on meme coins. Like I hated when people tried to push me on meme coins, but I start to see, I feel like it's no crypto like space without meme coins. I feel like it's a necessary evil just because when it
huh.
comes to the meme coins, a lot of retail investors, a lot of people who don't know anything about blockchain technology, who are not, they're not familiar with, the crypto space, they're going to invest their introduction into crypto is through meme coins. Like I know personally, like family members or previous coworkers, they would come to me and be like, have you heard about Sheeb? Have you heard about Dogecoin? I would
By
say
then it's
like,
too late.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then about time
exactly.
when
Right.
everybody's
So
talking about it, it's too late.
it's too late. My kids were telling me. So my kid, my youngest son was telling me, Dad, you got to buy Dogecoin. And this was back before it was less than a penny. And I'm like, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. You know, of course, I never heard the end of that one.
Yeah.
Right. But going back to Solana, I felt like I missed a boat. Next thing I know, I look and it's freaking $100. So I ended up buying Marinade, which I don't know if you heard of that. It provides the liquidity for staking of Solana. I don't know if you've heard of like Lido,
Like, yeah,
LDO,
I know a light on
right? That does
yeah.
the provides the liquidity for staking of Ethereum, so you can get in and out quickly. It actually creates a token one for one. Well, Marinade is doing that for Solana. So I was like, I'll get exposure through Solana by that.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see.
It's like it's like taking advantage of the low market cap opportunities that are directly connected to these massive, massive coins. It's really interesting. Actually, Brian and I got involved in another one that was directly connected. You said that you got involved in ADA,
Yeah.
and um, yeah,
Yeah, we used
we
to
got
have a
involved in
lot.
this. Well, we got involved in this thing called geez, Brian, what was that called? It was part of ADA. It was part of the ADA development.
Oh, ADAX.
ADAX. That's what it
Was it?
was.
It was ADAX, right?
Yeah, ADAX. And the only
Oh,
exchange that I was able to find that on was
X
IDAX
markets.
or X Markets. That's
It
what it
was
was,
X
which became a
markets.
massive scam. So I just want to tell everybody, oh, by the way, I want to remind everybody here that's watching, none of us three are financial advisors.
Right.
None of us want you guys to go out and buy stuff because we might have inspired you. This is completely for entertainment purposes. Isn't that right, boys?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that is
is.
Yeah.
100%
So
correct.
Yeah,
yes.
that is a
So
true
just
statement there.
quick disclaimer there. But yeah, we just like to entertain people and study crypto and vet stuff. Yeah, we're kind of nerds, I guess you could say. But anyways, yeah, so that was I don't know if you heard about that, dude.
See, the crazy part about it, the way Cardano is, I was like I got involved before when everybody was saying it was like a dead chain, like it didn't have any dApps or anything. And I've
Yeah, yeah.
actually sold before it started developing. So I really never got into the Cardano ecosystem to even like test anything out. Just because like by that time prices took off, I made enough money, so I was like, I'd rather go ahead and cash out and transfer my appreciation to another blockchain. And that's when
Yep.
I kind of got into Harmony, because I saw Harmony was on the come up as a new layer one blockchain. So I was kind of just like really shifting from different layer ones before they even had different dApps on the blockchain.
So okay, so let's talk about Harmony for a second since you brought it up, because I'm actually curious what your thoughts are on that right now. And I also, Brian, Brian, do you mind bringing up the charts really quick for Harmony One real quick?
Yeah, I get it.
Let's just talk about that because I've been seeing like I mean first of all this thing seems like it's just like really just it wants to do
Yeah,
something, but it's trying to break past this
I hate
resistance
looking
line.
at coins I got rid of though, because sometimes I get depressed.
Yeah, but dude, I just think that there's something to be said for it. And dude, Harmony One, that thing hit what, 35 plus cents at one point? I mean, what
Yep,
was the
30,
all-time high of
33.
that thing? 33 cents.
Well, I
Insane.
mean, it could be doing what ADA Cardano did last time around. I mean, I had a bunch of that and I got out, towards the top. So I took my money and ran because I got in really cheap. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah,
I
because
think
I
I
mean,
got in like less when it was like 0.005, maybe
what?
0.006.
Holy crap. When
What?
was that?
Yeah, I got in around 2 to 4 cents.
This was like when it first got listed on crypto.com, because I was watching it, like watching videos, people talk about it. But it got listed on crypto.com, and like the first day it got listed, I just went and bought it because it was saying like how they were trying to do like 1 second finality, and it was trying to
Wow.
achieve the, being one of the fastest blockchains out there and things like this. So I was like, let me, just get in at a cheap price, because it literally just got listed. Probably no more than 3 days after it got listed on crypto.com, I got into it.
Seriously,
Hey,
no
hold
kidding.
on, guys. I just gotta pause you for a sec.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So he's having a conversation with his son probably. But yeah, dude, no, I think, it's interesting. Harmony One actually, you know what it reminds me of as far as the feeling that I have with it was when I got really heavily invested in Tron.
Me too. That's crazy. Me too.
Yeah.
Like Tron was probably like the maybe the fourth crypto project I ever invested in.
Yeah, dude, I bought into that when it was like a quarter of a penny. I mean, we're talking like this was, it had, launched, been out for a couple months at the most. I did some vetting on the research on it for Justin Sun was phenomenal. I mean, you're looking at this guy that
Oh,
had his hands
we
in
must
some
be talking
development.
about
What's
TRX.
that?
We
Yeah, oh
talking
yeah,
about
dude. Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
we
I
made
mean,
some
dude,
money
like,
on TRX. We did
well,
okay
dude, it
with
was
that
it
one.
was crazy. And the thing is everybody, you want to talk about people being skeptical of quote unquote scams. I mean, everybody was up in Justin Sun's face on that. And the guy just kind of did everything that he said he was gonna do, in my opinion. It was crazy. I mean, I thought he did really well personally. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but
I
Me
mean,
personally,
Tron is
I didn't really make too much money from Tron. I made money like through actually, doing transactions on the blockchain, like doing creating liquidity pools and things like that. What was that? I forgot it was like Sun or something like that. It was I
yeah,
haven't
son.
been yeah, I did. I created some liquidity pools on there using the Tron. So I made some money that way, but not through like the actual appreciation of TRX though.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Dude, that's awesome. I know that
yeah,
the
that's something I want to
TRC10 and
look into.
TRC20s.
Is liquidity pools and I'm making money that way
Yeah,
as
see,
well.
that's
I
what
haven't
I like doing, because uh I feel like that's the ethos of the entire crypto space. I know a lot of people just like buy and hold, but I like to get like into the actual blockchain and see like the dApps on there and create liquidity pools and stake some tokens, because I feel like you, especially if the token
I'm
ends up
staking.
appreciating.
But yeah, that's the only thing I've been doing is staking. Like I've been staking Cosmos Atom for a few years now.
Yeah.
You
Did you
know,
get some airdrops?
for Cosmos,
Yeah, isn't like Cosmos there, like not
I
necessarily
didn't.
the Cosmos token, but like the projects associated with the blockchain.
No, I wasn't that. I mean, I bought it and I just put it on my Exodus wallet, and I
Okay.
was just staking it through the Exodus wallet. But I just found out TIA Celestia, you can stake that through the Kepler wallet,
Yeah,
and
that's I think it was airdrops with
they're
Celestia as
doing
well.
airdrops. But I just found that out, so I just put a good chunk of my TIA into my Kepler wallet and started staking it. It was real easy too, and they're paying over 15% right now.
Oh yeah, I gotta go ahead and get in there, because I know a lot of people been talking about it. I just wanted to make, I it's so many projects out there. It's hard keeping up with like
Oh,
what's
it is. I try to like right now I have 25 coins. I try to keep it, between 25 and 30, and that's it. Because
yeah.
trying to keep track of them and what they're doing, it's exhausting. It's a full-time job.
Right.
It's
And
so
I already
hard.
have one of those I'm trying to get out of.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to no,
So here's your
yeah.
coin, one.
Yeah, so let's
Wow.
check that out.
So it's just been slowly going up, but yeah, the whole market's been going like in a little bit of a correction. But you can see right now it's riding on the 200-day moving average. So we'll see if that holds as support. If that doesn't hold as support, that could go back down to under a penny. That could go back down to this level, at least here, right
Yeah,
around
so it's trying to break that resistance line of what is that right there?
right here, the red
No, up a
line.
little bit. No, go to where it went up
Right. Well,
to.
right in this area, there was a little bit of resistance, but that was the resistance it came up to right here. This in this area. I gotta move this screen real quick.
Hey Tro, have you got any idea on like how the development team is doing with this project and whatnot?
Um, it like Harmony is so iffy right now, because like it's been so much that happened in the past, that I think the team is trying to recover from it. But like in the
From the hack?
yeah, the hack that happened, $100 million hack,
Yeah, exactly.
that really kind of like, I feel like it kind of slowed down the production, because once that happened, and then it happened like, going into the bear market. So it was like once that happened, a lot of projects really just left Harmony. So right now Harmony is pretty much a ghost chain. Like it's a couple of smaller projects on there, but it's not
Not
there's no
much going
volume
on
on
with it.
Harmony at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at this, it really has to, if it could ever bust above like 2.5, 3 cents, then there's not much here. I mean, stopping it from going back up to 15 cents, 14 cents. There's really nothing stopping it except right now it has to bust through this area. And that to me is holding it back. But again, who knows? Like you said, there's not much going on with it. I haven't even looked at, I mean, I don't usually, Harmony is, that's definitely a Cody coin.
Dude, I love it. I freaking love Harmony. It's been, I mean, yeah, it sucks like seeing other coins like kind of skyrocket and multiple X, when you're looking at them in your portfolio alongside of this one, but there's something about it I just like.
I mean, there's $8
I mean,
million
they're in
of
the AI
volume, trading
technology.
volume. There is a little bit of volume going on.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
for
But it's
small
still
people
a
in
very
and out
low
would,
market cap. I mean, we're talking about 240, like, or what is that, 243? Yeah,
uh,
243 on the market cap. Am I wrong in saying that, or is that's
yeah,
CoinGecko?
243, but it's $181 million market cap. So, I mean, yeah, I can't really talk about them fundamentally, but technically it doesn't look too happy right now.
Right.
Yeah, I think because me
This
personally,
is
like
the
I
weekly
couldn't
chart.
I couldn't say too much on the technical part, but like on the fundamentals, it's like I mean, I like Harmony, and I think the only reason I like making videos about it because I started off making videos, and I don't I like to have my community like
Oh,
I let them know
definitely.
if I'm just making a truly exit out of a project because I do want Harmony to bounce back because it was one of the first bags. So it's a little emotion tied into this, and I know a lot of people they want to keep emotions out, but I'm an emotional person, so
It's
I just
hard
kept a
not to.
small. I
It's hard
just kept
not
a
to keep
small
this.
bag in it though.
Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah.
we all do it. And I think it's really only the psychopaths that are, yeah, able to really withstand the emotional attachments to some of these
Yeah,
projects and
Yeah.
whatnot.
And then I don't know how many times I've sold a crypto, and then it's less than like 3 days. It's like shot up. I'm like, oh,
Oh
right.
yeah.
why did
It's
I
happened
do
to
that?
everybody. It's
And
happened to
and then the
everybody.
beautiful
Yeah.
thing about it, I believe, is like if a crypto project builds in the bear market, then I feel like they're gonna show some type of appreciation. Like it might not
Oh,
be
definitely.
the 100x we're looking for, or the
Yeah.
10x we're looking for, but in the crypto space, anything can go from you know up to 10% is good when you look at stocks. When you compare it, like we don't really value that small appreciation. Like I feel like in the crypto space, a lot of people are spoiled to the point where 10% in stocks is a good year for
Right.
stockholders. But if we
And
go in
people
the
are looking
crypto
at that
space,
as
that's
a
a day.
10%. It's okay. It was a good,
Yeah, you know what
okay
I'm saying?
day.
Crypto, we like,
It was all
that's a
right day.
yeah, that's a
Talk to me
daily
when it's
move.
triple digits,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
Oh
I
my
think I
gosh.
think it can show at least 50 to 100%, in this upcoming bull market. So I'm not saying like it's gonna be the next 100x. It probably could if they can get DeFi back active on Harmony and it actually grows and the total
So
value locked.
yeah, so that's the big thing. I think with this bull market, DeFi is going to be the huge driving force. That's my opinion. Like gaming had a lot of drive in the last bull run. I really think DeFi is really going to take over, especially with tokenization of real world assets and things
Right.
like that. So that's my guess of what's going to happen. Of course, gaming's is still a big thing. Everybody's going to
Yep.
Web3.
Oh, gaming's
So
gonna be amazing. But I mean, even AI. I mean, AI is just a massive push for that.
yeah, actually
Everybody's trying
AI
to
too.
dive into that.
I guess there's many sectors that could be driving this bull
Yeah,
market,
but there's
but
sectors that are so uncharted right now. Like things that, people don't even really understand or know much about. And there's so much room for improvement. I mean, honestly, Brian and I both believe that we're going to see at some point, we don't know exactly what year, but we will see a $10 trillion market. Like we'll see a crypto market that I believe will see a crypto market that will surpass the gold market cap. Like we'll see some serious movement like that, but it comes with the development that is required and the adoption that is required. And,
for
I
mass
think,
adoption.
yeah, for mass adoption purposes. And, like, I don't think it's going to necessarily come with just Elon Musk shouting out, Dogecoin, in his Twitter or his X and just being like, and then all of a sudden people adopt it. Like there needs to be a solid foundation of development, technical development that actually causes people to want to be a part of cryptocurrency. And I don't think we're there yet. But it's amazing to me that we've seen a multi-trillion-dollar market in 2000. And, here we're not in that now, but we saw that. We actually saw this thing get above. We saw Bitcoin hit $1 trillion in market cap by itself. Who would imagine that we would have seen that at this point? That's crazy to me, So it's like, what does that mean for Ethereum? What does that mean for all these other top 100 altcoins that are a part of this thing? So I don't know. That's just my take on it. I think it's exciting.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think it's about to happen. Like, I mean, like you said, it's not gonna happen overnight. But I do believe we will see a $10 trillion, 10 plus, really.
Yeah, literally.
Because
Isn't that
there's so
like
much innovation. I think it's
that's
like,
kind of scary to think about.
yeah.
Actually, I think it's going to happen, but when you say it, you're like, am I nuts?
Yeah, so
I mean, I saw one prediction where they're saying it's going to be 24 trillion.
I don't think it's impossible.
I think someday it is, because look at it. If Bitcoin,
hold on, I got to look this up. I
someday,
got to see what the biggest markets in the world are. You guys keep talking.
so if Bitcoin someday becomes $1 million a coin, right? And that's what they say. Someday it could be $1 million a coin. So if that's the case, Bitcoin alone will be a $21 trillion market cap alone when that hits $1 million a coin, right? So are there going to be 10,000 cryptocurrencies? I don't think so. I think there might be a few hundred, maybe, but there'll probably be 50 big ones, and everybody else is just small pickings. I think at the end of the day, kind of like when we went through the .coms and the internet and all of that. So that's my opinion. I got to step away real quick. We had something happen. I got to talk to my son real quick.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
All right.
Yeah. So anyways, all right. So we talked about one. So I just recently saw a video that you put out. All right. And if you want to just I want you to talk about it a little bit. I think it's your most recent video. It's basically CRO problems, right?
Yeah.
So okay, talk to me about that. Cause I love CRO. I want to know what your thoughts are and what's going on with crypto.com and CRO and everything. I mean, dude, I was sold out. Like, I got the Visa card. Like, I went hard, So I'm curious about what your thoughts are on that.
I think CRO is going to be the biggest exchange, the biggest crypto exchange. Me personally, just because,
bigger than Coinbase, you think?
I think it's gonna be bigger than Coinbase.
No
just
way,
because of
Brian.
Okay,
did you hear that?
wait.
Say that again to Brian.
What is going to be bigger than Coinbase?
I want to hear it. You got to say it again.
I think crypto.com is going to be bigger than Coinbase, but I'm saying not just just the centralized entity side of it though. When we combine the centralization and the decentralized side of it, because we know Coinbase has the base.
Crypto.com is decentralized.
I mean, I'm saying when we go onto the Chronos blockchain, like when we would go to the dApps on the Chronos blockchain.
Yes. Dude,
I'm not saying it's decentralized, but I'm saying just the ethos of it, having the Chronos blockchain, when we combine it.
What about Coinbase and Base?
I mean, I like Base too. Base had his run. But I think when it comes to the actual crypto.com app, is better than Coinbase app. And I think they do better marketing than Coinbase.
Oh, dude, you're just singing music to my ears right now. Right? Brian's like, what the
So
F?
I'm old school, right? all you young guys, you like using the phones in these
because
apps,
that's the world, Brian.
That's
the way it goes.
They're going. I got to wear these little magnification glasses now. So
I like to do it on
Gen
X
into
laptop. Gen Z.
And I just think I'm so used to Coinbase on my laptop, on my desktop. It's like I do no crypto trading on my phone, by the way. Everything is done on my laptop. I have one laptop dedicated to trading.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And
I do.
Hey, and you're true to it, man. And that's what matters.
But that's the old school way, though. This old school way, though. You got to think about who's going to be buying the crypto coming up. Everything we do on the phone.
My kids right now, my youngest one, Dad, can you send me some Litecoin? I'm like, Litecoin?
Well, let me get on my computer, boys. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I got a wallet. I'm like, okay, so that means he probably lied about his age. I don't know, but he uses the Litecoin for games and stuff and whatever. I don't know what else they're doing, but I mean, when my kids are asking for crypto, I know it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, this is why we have stop losses, and so it's it's ultimately it doesn't really matter what device. But I gotta say, I got a backup Tro on this one, man. I mean, you got to get involved with the phone more. It's
but they they really hurt themselves though going during the last bull market. They spent so much money on advertising and to me and not enough with their company within the company of their platform.
Yeah.
And then that really hurt them
Well, they did.
when
Yeah.
we hit the bear market. They were hurting.
Yeah. They did a crazy amount of advertising. It
I
was,
mean,
but good though.
they get the place where the Lakers play renamed to the Crypto.com Center.
Yeah.
That
So okay,
doesn't
so
come
hold on.
cheap.
Let's go backward though, because I want to talk about this video that Tro put out about trouble. So talk to me about the trouble. All right, we've talked about how much we like it, but what's the trouble?
So the trouble is pretty much like, so with that goes to like the chrono side of things. So like with the chrono side, we kind of they did something where, or they went over like 30% where it comes to staking. So
Yeah.
the rewards on the chrono side pretty much were lowered. Now I think it's
Yep.
like 5% when you stake it to like the POS chain or whatever.
Got you.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
but I still think, like I said, I still believe like in the long run, a lot of people are not going to use blockchains. I mean, I think if when we do use blockchains, when
They
retail
won't even
uses
know it.
blockchain technology, I think it's going to be like mass adoption. Like it's going to be where
They
it's like
won't
seamless. You don't even know you're using it.
exactly.
So I don't think like people are like right now, the common person isn't going to send their crypto to a decentralized wallet. Like there's too much work, like that's not something that, if you're really been in the if you really been in the crypto space, then yeah, you're gonna, self
You,
custody and
you,
things like that. But the common person is not trying to go too far down that rabbit hole. I feel like the common person is gonna keep
they want
their
one click.
crypto.
Oh
What'd you say,
yeah.
bro?
You said one click, Brian?
Yeah, there'll
Ah,
be
yeah,
one
like
click.
it has to be like a one
Easy.
click thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
Well, one
Yeah.
click, and also I think the major problem that we need to solve, well, that won't be solved, but the problem is that, and I don't know what the actual percentage is solely dependent than independent. And so the people that, right now, the space that we're in right now requires an independence that the world doesn't want to take on. Hence the reason why we have banks, for security purposes and whatnot, and insurance purposes and whatnot, fraud, how to avoid fraud. And so
Banks are go
yeah,
ahead,
but
I'm
it's just
sorry.
people are dependent. I mean, think about it. If people were independent on a larger scale than dependent, we'd have more entrepreneurs in life. But we
Right. So
don't.
they're going to be dependent on the banks, and banks are going to be getting
Right.
approved to be custodians, holding people's crypto and stuff like
But
that.
but
That's going to happen.
there's irony to the situation right now. The irony is that banks are not really loving crypto. That Laura, they never, I mean, look at people like Warren Buffett. The guy hates Bitcoin. Why?
Yeah,
Because he's solely invested in the banks and the old systems and the way that those things go. So how in the world would he ever want to be involved in it when the majority of his shares are involved in, these massive, massive banks, the Bank of America, all these different things. So it's like it's really, you got to get our leaders to actually want to take on the philosophy of cryptocurrency, which is why I'm kind of like stoked about certain political parties in the United States of America that both Republican and Democrat that are actually for crypto. And how else are you going to do it? How else are you going to adopt it? What else can you do?
right. I think it just takes time though, because like a lot of people, it's so much money tied into it, so they really gotta go with the old establishment. Like it's too much money tied into the banks, and they will lose too much money, and they don't want
And,
to lose money, so
and
it's
they're not
like
in the business of losing
Hmm.
money. They're in the
right.
business of
So
controlling the money.
right, they want to control it. So why would they even think about decentralization of anything? Like that's not, they want everything to be centralized. And it's just no, it's
Right.
hard changing the minds. Like especially like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So it's like
Oh
sometimes you just
yeah.
gotta naturally phase out. Like if once it phases out, then we'll start to see the major adoption. But even then, when it comes to that, like I said previously, I don't believe people will naturally use blockchain technology. It has to be like how people use the internet today. So like back when the internet first started, you had to be like a genius almost to get on the internet. Like it wasn't like we can hop on our phones. A smartphone wasn't even around. Like even I'm young. I'm only 26. And even when I was a kid, like I didn't have a smartphone. So like I couldn't, I had dial up. I had AOL dial up. So like
Oh
I
yeah.
seen the process just
Yeah.
in that short amount of time, you know, from me being a kid to now. I've seen like it used to take me, you know, almost 5 minutes just to get on the internet, just to surf the web. But now I can instantly get on it in this, you know, seconds. So I think that's how the crypto space will work with blockchain technology. It just has to come to a point where somebody makes a product that people actually use that naturally and seamlessly gets them onto a blockchain.
So
Yeah. No,
I think that product that we're all like saying it's going to be the easy one click for mainstream, for everybody to use. I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, I think it's going to come more so from the banks, and the banks are just going to tell their customers, this is how everything's changing. Most people are doing online banking as it is now. So I think it's going to evolve through the banking system.
yeah.
To
Yeah.
me, is
It
how
has to.
it's going to evolve. And who's getting involved this bull market? The banking system, the investors, big money,
So
institutional investors.
So with that point, Brian, that you're making right there, I kind of want to shift a question to both of you guys on two things, and I don't care which one we talk about. But obviously, we had some massive news come out recently where we have the exchange trading funds are now working with Bitcoin, like BlackRock and all these massive things. So the ETFs are out. And then on top of that, we also got, the philosophy that's kind of almost not, I wouldn't say anti-Bitcoin, but it's kind of, well, you got Ripple, the Ripple philosophy or the XRP philosophy of actually trying to work with the banks to some degree. So, two different topics, but jump in on one of those. What do you guys think? Since we're talking about banks and mass adoption, because I feel like let's just talk about ETFs for a second. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that's going to have a massive impact towards the mass adoption?
I believe so. I believe it's going to bring like it just solidifies Bitcoin now. I feel like that's going to bring like big money into the ecosystem as far as like now people trust it. Now it goes
Yeah.
against everything Bitcoin is for, but I feel like you can't stop the money from coming in. So it's like a lot of people protest, a lot of people don't like ETFs and things like that. But me personally, I think it's a good thing just because it's going to flood the market. So if I'm already owning Bitcoin, I mean, they just gonna buy the bags that I already own. So I'm just gonna, they
Right.
buy it, they send the price up, and I sell it off to them. That's how I feel like. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
And that's my opinion. It's only going to make the prices go up. So
Right.
institutional investors are who's buying the ETFs, right? You got to be accredited investors or whatever. It's the big money, the whales that wanted this because they were a little too nervous or didn't really know how to go about buying large chunks of Bitcoin, right? That's got to be a process to it when you're buying 10,000 Bitcoins at a time or whatever some of these whales are doing. So I think that's giving a lot of money. They said it's like $17 trillion under management now has access to Bitcoin ETFs. That's huge.
Yeah.
So now Ethereum ETFs are coming. So that's going to be altcoins. I think this is a way that is going to give large exposure to the crypto market. So,
Wow.
and that's
Yeah.
usually how it works. And institutional companies, investors, big money, they're getting involved now. And after they're all involved and they got what they want, the bags they want, and then it's just going to be, the crumbs left to pick up on the ground.
So check
So, I
this out.
mean, we're getting in at the right time. If you're getting in now in crypto, I think it's a phenomenal time to get involved.
So check this out really quick. So this is an article that, well, it's not an article. It's just some Google search news here, but it says the spot Bitcoin ETF run by the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, shows its early dominance, becoming the first amongst, blah, 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 blah. But check this out. It says financial products to reach 1 billion in assets under management. 1 billion. This came out 8 hours ago that we have over $1 billion in asset management with the BlackRock. I don't know if that's all of the different ones like Fidelity, BlackRock, and whatnot, or if that's just specifically BlackRock. But that's phenomenal to me. I mean,
I
the
think
fact that
that's
we're at,
just for BlackRock
yeah, so that's
because then
phenomenal. $1 billion already, you know. I mean, and it's gonna get even more. But like to me, that's like I'm excited about it. I think
yeah,
it's
because
phenomenal.
BlackRock is the first. I mean, because we know it's multiple money managers who are interested or who already filed for the ETFs. So if we get 10 money managers who manage over $10 trillion, if they just put $1 billion in a piece, like that's gonna make Bitcoin price go crazy. And then I feel like that, those profits will go into, like how Brian said with the Ethereum ETFs. And then maybe people start realizing like I can make my own money and venture off into different other altcoins. So I feel like it's just so much bullish things that's happening, even though everybody's bearish right now. I feel like I'm not sure why people are
Yeah,
bearish.
why? I like. Do you guys
You
have
know
any
what?
idea as to
I
why?
think it's the big money
Hold on,
driving the news to make it bearish. So drive the
I
prices
gotta.
down so they can buy their large bags at a cheaper price.
Right.
I don't know. So I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart and there's I'm going to share my screen. So just with the Bitcoin, we could see the third in the 30s again.
By the way, I just want you guys to know before we dive into it, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index right now is 51.
Yeah, so that's gone down.
Very down. I mean, we were at 70
I
like
mean,
weeks ago or before Christmas, we were at 70. So
Right.
that's really, really interesting to me.
so this is the daily chart and you can see it's close below the 50-day moving average. And I mean, we could see 38,000. And if that doesn't hold, then it's going down to like probably 35,000. That's possible. And I heard a few people talking about the $38,000 mark where um it could hit that mark. So to me, I'm so excited for the bear market, but like I was
The
telling
bull market, you
Cody,
mean?
it's like like that little Super Ball, and someone just threw it down really hard.
Oh
So we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see how, really hard right now. So looking at this could easily go down to, 38,000 to me. Like, and that's how it's trending to me right now. It's looking like it's gonna still go down. That could happen over the next week or so. But once we hit that bottom, it could go down on the weekly wicks, could go down to the 20-day moving average. But to me, it's going to bounce up that much faster and that much higher. Because I think once we break above this, we did spike up to 49,000 real quick, but it's just a quick wick. But once we can break above that, like 48,000 and, have a couple daily closes above that, I mean, we're going to be at the all-time high shortly thereafter, 2 or 3 months. Like I was telling Cody, um, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin is like, by the time we get to the halving, like at $60,000. But
Which
also
is
on
crazy to
the
think
flip
about.
side, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still right around 42,000. But to me, it's going to be two halvings. I mean, I've never seen so much talk. Usually, like the biggest gains are going to be like, it's to me, it's like 10 months after we have the halving, then it's like 3 or 4 months after the halving is where we really see it spike up. I mean, they're talking like Bitcoin's going to be over $100,000 by the end of 2024.
Well, so Brian and I think that the Bitcoin top, like the entire market cap's peak, we believe is going to happen sometime in late 2025. What are your thoughts on that?
I think the same thing. I think we'll
I
start to
say
see,
August.
yeah, like
It's,
August, we'll start to see
yeah,
like altcoins start to, kind of go up. Then after the election, I really like election years because I feel like I know a lot of
yeah.
people like election years after the election happens. I feel like everything just explodes, and no matter who's in office or whatever the case,
Like regardless,
like
yeah, yeah.
Regardless of what side.
Yeah.
right. Like I just
Yeah.
think like once that happens, then going into 2025, we'll start to see like prices just go crazy.
So
Yeah.
do you have a prediction where you think Bitcoin's going to hit during this bull market? Do you have an idea what your thoughts are on how high it's going to go?
I think it can hit 80 to 100,000, like top at the peak of the bull market.
So, wow. So that's conservative to me.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think
I
it can
think
go.
No, I'm
It
my
can
actually
go
the
past a
funny thing
hundred
is
thousand, but I'm
I'm on
just
the same.
saying at least.
No, Brian, you tell him right now what my prediction is. You tell him. I
you're
won't even tell him because you know.
so he's pretty much Cody's pretty much with you right around the 100,000.
Yeah, it's 90.
Yeah.
90.
So my prediction is 207,000 at the peak of this next run.
Woohoo! You know, don't you
That's
want to be on Brian's team? Like when you hear that, you know what I mean?
so that's what but anyway, I
It's
had
very
a
possible. I
exact
mean,
I actually put out an exact number. I was like $207,113 and like 88 cents or something like that. I did that. So, but anyway, that's just being optimistic. That's all. So
I mean,
here's
yeah,
the
I
but
think
big
it's possible though, because I
it
mean,
is.
we seen Bitcoin just go. I mean, I don't think it's not capable of doing that at all. I'm just saying, just being, modest, trying to be, not just throwing anything out there. I think at least 80 to 100,000 in the bull market is like, I feel like that's just guaranteed. Now we go to that 200,000. It's like, okay, because I do think this next bull market will be like probably the biggest bull market that we ever had. Now I can say that I feel like this bull market coming up is going to be like the biggest like wow moment, like crypto is finally here.
yeah. I mean, but
I
you
mean,
also,
I think that too. I think this, I mean, like I said, I'm afraid to even think about it, but I really think it's going to be massive.
it is going to be massive. And, you know, the funny thing though is that I don't really think that you'll ever see some of these. I don't know. Like, do you guys think it's going to be as massive as 2017's growth? You know, so
I
like
do.
it's one thing to go from like $5,000 Bitcoin to $20,000 Bitcoin, you know, as far as how much actual money is getting into Bitcoin. Like I would agree with you guys that there's going to be more money than we've ever seen come into crypto, but that doesn't mean that we're going to multiple X the way we did back in 2016, 17. You know what I mean?
I think so, just because back then it was only retail.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
That's
it's
was,
right.
true. Yeah, yeah.
it
I think it's going
wasn't
to,
money managers who managed trillions of dollars. Like it's people who coming into the market who literally have trillions of dollars managing, and they actually now they're starting to believe and see, like even if they don't believe what Bitcoin is doing, it's like it's undeniable to, you can't, manage money and not offer your investors some type of access to Bitcoin. So it's
right.
Yeah.
like now everybody is seeing it, and all of these money managers who manage loads of money, I feel like that's just going to absolutely flood the market. Now, right now, we might not see it because, like how Brian said, like people, I feel like the narrative, like the people who get on TV, they talk down on Bitcoin on purpose, even though they know they're investing in it. Like, Jamie Dimon, like he gets on
Yeah.
on these channels and talk bad about Bitcoin, but behind the scenes, he's actually, buying Bitcoin, driving the price down. And I
Of
feel
course
like
he
they're
is.
just trying to get the cheapest prices possible right now.
Oh
So
yeah.
they, and once
But
that
buy
narrative
low, sell
changes,
high.
I feel like that's when, they'll be like, yeah, they're gonna change the narrative. They're gonna try to, okay, yeah, then they're gonna talk up Bitcoin. That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if even not to get overly political here, but I wouldn't be surprised if even people like Donald Trump is doing that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Donald
Probably.
Trump who's like pushing Bitcoin down hard a while ago, you know, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like stocking up on the thing, you know, or has been. Who knows? I mean,
I
Who
mean, he's
knows?
already
Warren Buffett's got to
NFTs
be doing
on
it.
Ethereum. He already got
Yeah,
NFTs
he's
on
buying up the
Right.
NFTs. Yeah, you got Warren Buffett, you know,
All right.
notorious for crypto, but
I
I
want
think the guy's stocking up.
real quick. I'm just going to show you guys the Bitcoin dominance, right? Because
Yeah,
we've
which
kind
I
of been
believe
talking about,
there's no way we're going to see a higher Bitcoin dominance than we've
right?
seen.
So we can see here back in, 2017, March of 2017, right? It was like at freaking 90%,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? But then you can see what happened was freaking the bull market of 2017. But we all know that Bitcoin did not go down in price, but its dominance went down because the altcoins went up so much more.
Yeah.
So, and now the altcoin market is such a force. It's, so large that we're never going to see this 95%. If we do, that means the altcoin market has crashed. It's gone. But I do think that we could get back up to, like I was telling you earlier, Cody, 62% to, 65% range. I think we could get back into that area with Bitcoin dominance. And I think it's kind of setting up to do that.
Well, Bitcoin dominance has always had, it's had a pretty strong run for the 65%, but I just don't think we're ever going to see
right.
what we saw in 2017 ever again.
Right.
Like that.
So, um,
There's too
well,
much money. I don't know. What do you guys,
but actually, it's not too much money. It's actually a lot less than what's going to get put into the market
well,
this
no,
time
not too
around.
much money. Well, I guess what I mean is too many, there's a lot more cryptos out there now than there
Yes, there
used to,
are.
And I think everything is playing a different role too. Like, even though we got like a lot of people talking about like layer twos on Bitcoin and things like that, I think the adoption, the difference is like Bitcoin is, like gold, like digital gold, but
Oh yeah.
it's,
Definitely.
but it's like other ways you can use these different blockchains to do different things. And I don't think, gaming is going to be on a layer two Bitcoin block, like it's not going to be on a Bitcoin layer two or
No.
DeFi. Like, people are trying, don't get me wrong, like it's developers doing things as far as when it comes to layer two on Bitcoin. But at the same time, once you get, it's a difference with crypto. It's like once you get that community that's dedicated to a specific blockchain, and that's why I hate when people try to compare stocks to the cryptocurrency world, just because stocks really didn't have a dedicated community. Like, we looking at people who just kind of go off of like what other people are saying, or market makers who can push price up and down. But the difference with crypto is like you actually have this crazy, it's kind of crazy. It's like almost like cult like, a cult
Yeah.
like following with these crypto projects that will like literally die with a project, like literally go to zero with this project, rather than, with stocks, they're more likely to sell off if prices drop 90%. But in the crypto space, a project can drop 90% and you still have people on Twitter,
Oh yeah.
talking good about this project, and they not selling until this project go to zero, or, just completely get off the map. So it's like, it's so different with cryptos. And I feel like as long as a blockchain continues to develop and continues to put out new different products that people want to use, then I feel like it can be multiple blockchains. I don't think it's just going to be like Ethereum or Solana or AVAX or
Oh,
Tron or whatever
no.
the case may be.
Yep.
I think they could be, probably 10, 20 different layer ones. And, same with the layer twos. There could be, I think there will be, but there's not going to be hundreds of them.
Right.
Yep.
So,
No, I agree with you guys. And I think, it's just it's the direction that we have to go right now, is just kind of hold on tight, because it's still the Wild West for sure. And it
Yeah.
probably
so,
will be for a while,
so
I
that's
mean, maybe
like
not.
talking
I don't
about
know.
holding on to coins. So, I mean, I had Luna, right? When that crashed,
Holy crap, dude. Yeah, that was
right?
insane.
So
Yeah.
I lost a little bit of money on that. But when it crashed and it went way down to like I had 4 zeros, to the right of the decimal point, I ended up buying $100 more so I could get like 500,000 of them or so. And I still have them.
Talk about your cross dollar
Just
averaging there.
right.
It's
I was like,
that's
all
how I
right.
feel like with one. I cross dollar averaged the frig out of that thing. Like that was,
Well, that's what I did with another one. It's a DeFi one. It's Clover Finance.
yeah.
So that was a project that came out. I want to say it was like August of 2021, but they stayed active. Right now, I mean, I'm almost back to even because I dollar cost average my way
Right.
back down big time, because I was buying it like at $1, a little more, and then I was like, all right, it got down to like 3 cents. I'm like, I'm buying some more now. But I believe in that project. I think
Yeah.
it's got, it's stayed current. It's been building through the whole bear market. It's definitely looking promising.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, yeah. So, all right. Well, let's do this because we only got, geez, we've been on it for already 54 minutes, but you guys want to go for another few more minutes, 5 minutes or so?
Yes,
sure.
cool.
All right, let's do that. So, well, first of all, before we move on, I just want to encourage everybody to follow Cryptotro. Cryptotro, please remind me or correct me if I'm mistaken here, but you can go the at Cryptotro 7975 is the tag for your
Yes,
YouTube
sir.
channel. Is that right? All right. So,
Yeah, or you
you
could
guys
just search Crypto Tro on
search
YouTube.
Cryptotro. He's got some phenomenal videos. Actually, hold on a second. I gotta just share this crap right now. Hold on. All right, so here we are. This is it, right? So we
Yes,
got
sir.
Cryptotro right here. He's got some videos that he's been putting out for a long time. Bro, you've put out over 1,000 videos. Good for
Yeah, I
you,
try to
dude.
put out like
Phenomenal.
three videos a day.
Phenomenal. This
Wow.
guy is way more committed than we are, that's for sure. It's like
Well,
next level.
yeah.
Holy crap. So yeah, so you guys got to follow this channel. This guy's got all phenomenal, phenomenal information. I've been following him for a little while now. So we really appreciate having you on the channel for sure. If you guys want to go to the link in the description, we put his link in the description so you can follow that as well. But yeah, so let's just end this with some questions here. So just some fun questions. What do you guys think we're going to be at before the halving for the crypto market cap in general? Because right now the crypto market cap, what are we at? Like 1 point something trillion right now.
1.7.
I think it was 1.6 when I
Yeah,
looked earlier.
1.6, 1.7. So let's talk about right before the Bitcoin halving. What do you guys think it's going to be? What's the crypto market cap going to be in general?
Right before Bitcoin. Can I look at a chart?
It's cheating, Brian. No, yeah, go for it.
I mean, I just go for it real quick. Before the Bitcoin happening, I don't think we really start to see too much of a jump before the happening. I think we might hover around at 1.6, like maybe 1.8 right before the happening. But I think this summer is going to be a fun summer, though. I think
Yes.
summertime is where we see that, 1.9, maybe 2 trillion. I
How
think
about
2
the peak?
trillion.
Okay, let's talk about the peak of this bull run.
Well,
What do
I
you
think,
let's
hey, well, you know what? By the halving, I'm an optimist. I think it's going to be 2.1 trillion.
Holy crap, here
What
we go.
before the happening?
By the
Woo,
halving, and
flying away.
it's going to be 2.1 trillion.
Okay.
Okay. And
Wow.
now after the halving, I think by the end of 2024, we're going to be well over 3 trillion.
Yeah, I can see that. I think
Yeah, I see
Who
that.
knows? But
like going into 2025, I think
we're gonna
things get
blow
close.
the all-time market cap high out of the water by the end of this year.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
who knows what's gonna happen in 2025.
yeah, I think before the halving it's like a 1.8. 1.8, 1.85, something like that. And at the
You
end of the
two
bull
have
market,
talked.
no, I swear we
No, I'm
haven't.
just kidding.
No,
I
we
know.
definitely haven't. No, but other than that though, I definitely think you guys are right. We're probably going to see like a 2.93, 3.2 maybe at the end of the bull market. I mean, how else are you going to see Bitcoin go up to 90 to $100,000 per Bitcoin? And that doesn't include the billions that are going into all the other crypto markets. I mean, you got to see a multi-trillion dollar market there, which is so
207,000.
dude, crazy.
I am.
All right. Well, no, that's good. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. Well, guys, we got to do this again. I don't know about you guys, but this was fun. This was a lot of fun.
Definitely was.
And for those of you that are watching, again, please go in the link in the description, follow Cryptotro because he's got a phenomenal channel. He's very dedicated to the people that are a part of his channel. He's got over 4,000 subscribers, and they love watching his videos. I love watching his videos. Brian loves watching his videos, and so you should watch his videos too because he puts a lot of time and effort into those videos. And in addition to that, if you guys could please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video, it would mean the world to us. Also, please let us know what you guys want us to talk about. All three of us, regardless of what channel it is, we want to talk about what you guys want to know. That's what we care about. We care about you guys. So we would encourage you to please put in the comments below what is it that you want us to dive into for you guys, whether it's crypto exchanges or cryptos in general. How higher crypto is going to go, anything and everything. So we love it. It's a lot of fun. And guys, you got anything else to say before we head out?
I'm good for
Yeah,
tonight.
no, yeah. So, all right. Well, let's do
Well,
this
I
because we only
appreciate
got,
y'all
you
for
know,
having
geez,
me
we've been on it for,
tonight. I really do. Like I said, I it's really a blessing to, you know, be on the YouTube. I love when I collaborate with other crypto YouTube influencers, not even just influencers, just people who talk about crypto, just because I feel like it's so small of a community. So I feel like once you can meet people with, you know, who are like-minded, it's such a good opportunity to be with you guys.
dude, absolutely. A lot of fun. And we're going to do it again.
Definitely.
At least I would like to. So I think it'd be a
I
blast.
would as well.
Yeah, I would too.
All right, gentlemen, you guys have a wonderful night and we'll talk soon.
You too. Take